Barbara, you're off the mark real quick this morning. It's Narelle here from Bindies and from Bindies HQ, coming to you digital. So we're doing the workshops again today. A little bit different. I've thrown in a couple of different ones from yesterday. So if you did watch yesterday, I've got some new ones coming through. You can always go back to my YouTube channel and watch the ones from yesterday because they will have different ones in there. I hope you're all safe. Lovely Sunday morning. Bit cloudy but lovely out here. I actually look straight out onto the river. That's my little scene at the moment. So what I'm going to do today, so don't forget, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit that notification bell so you know when I'm going to be live, because I am doing not just these, but throughout the week I'll be doing other live videos. Stalk me on Facebook or Instagram, you'll see them come up on there as well. We've got the chats happening because I saw Barbara come in before. We've got people sitting at home in their comfy chairs. Don't forget, on the website I do have free postage for any orders over $50, and I'm going to continue that through at the moment, at the end of April. It could go further because normally at the shows, I did have one here, yep, here it is. At the shows you get a little gift for reserving a seat, so any orders up until tomorrow night will actually get one of those popped into your order as well. The website, I'm working on it all the time, so there's new things coming up. Some kits that I'm showing today may not be on there yet. Just message me if I haven't got it quite there. I do sleep sometimes, not quite a lot, but I do a little bit. But I will get onto the website in between these and get some things happening as well. So let's get started. We won't keep this going. Don't forget, comment, because I can see your comments down there. Tell me where you're from, what you're working on, if you're enjoying these videos, what you would like to see, any particular times. These ones I am doing them at 10, 11, 1 and 2 because they are what I normally do at the shows. And I just thought, because I'm supposed to be at a show this weekend, I thought I'd throw them on for you for this live one now. All right, so Escalator. Escalator is a lovely little kit, 2.5 inch strips. We need 20 prints and 20 planes. Okay, there's lots of different ones that I will load up on the website. I'm getting there. All right, let me throw these down on the ground so that I can now show you how to make them. So we're going to take the 2.5 inch strips out, and we're going to need to cut them. Now, I've got to remember here, usually I've got to hang high. I don't have to hang high on this one. So we need to cut them so that we get different lengths. Now the pattern for this one does come with a kit. It is not for sale separately as yet. Another thing I'm working on. Okay, so you're just going to cut them into these little pieces. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take the 2.5 inch little tiny square, and we're going to strip piece them together. So what we do is you'll take, let's see if this works. Okay, so we're going to put, yep, we're going to start with the 2.5 inch one. Oh, look, that goes right to the end. Nice. And what we're going to do is we're going to, here's another one. Now, you'll make about 27 rows when you get the kits, but you just have to, I think that's one that's not going to stay, so we've got a little pin here to hold you. These samples have been around for a little while, like me, so I need to actually refresh them, but I'll get there. All right, so I'm only going to hang up 4. Now, strip piecing, if you're unsure what strip piecing is, we actually take the first piece and then put a pile of them and a pile of them and literally just sew them all together and trim in between. Okay, so that's strip piecing. So you just keep putting them through the sewing machine. Great time. Hi, Joanne. Joanne, good morning. You're a little bit late. That's okay. We're going to actually cut them through. With the strip piecing, that's a good time to have a good drink, put the Netflix on, because it's just basically putting them through the machine. Then what I'm going to do once I've made these, I take each second one. So each second row, and I turn it around. In that one. So we take each second row and turn it around. Okay? So when we do that, we've now got them where you don't have any seams to match. How cool is that? All right? We've got no seams to match. Now, the other thing is they are a little tiny seam. So when you're actually joining them together, when you're doing your rows, they will stretch. So I do have 4-letter words in my sewing room. One of them's pins. I don't use them very often, but in this case I do. I will pin them along, because what happens is then you'll end up where they'll just become straight without you even trying to. All right, I haven't even trimmed this one down the side. Okay, you can see my seams at the back there, but I haven't even trimmed it. Because you pin it, you'll get them all the same way. So that's how you do Escalator. All right. I don't think I've got any of those on the website as yet. That will be happening in between these and by this afternoon. But you can always just message me with your colours of what you would like in the Escalator. Because don't forget, I match up colours on there that you may not like. That's okay. Just let me know and I will change them to colours that suit you. Funky Picnic, this is one that is using 2.5-inch strips and 10-inch squares. Let's pop him up here for a minute. Okay, so 2.5-inch strips, 10-inch squares. This one is, I did have a kit here, but it's not there. That's okay. So with this one, we're going to take the 10-inch squares, and I'm going, these are loaded on the website, by the way, and you do get a pattern for these ones. Okay, we're going to take the 10-inch square, and we're going to cut it in half. So every 10-inch square gets cut in half. The 2.5-inch strips, we actually follow the pattern, and it'll tell you how to cut them all in their own lengths. So you'll need 6 different lengths for each block, and you'll need 6 different colours. I know these are the same. I didn't think that out when I put it together. All right. So what we're going to, this is just the sample to show you how to make it anyway. All right. So we're going to take the 10-inch squares, and we're going to take that very first strip, and I'm going to put it in and join those 10-inch squares back together. Okay. Now what you do on this one is the little rule on this making of these blocks. Sew it in vertically. Before you cut it, you turn it so it's horizontal. Okay, before you cut it. Because what we're going to do now is we're going to cut that one directly in half like this. Okay, so it's in half again. I'm then going to move to the next strip, and I'm going to sew it in between right here. Sorry if you guys are commenting, I can't see them and they disappear really quick. All right, we're going to go vertically, and then don't forget we sew it in vertically. Before we cut it, we turn it horizontal. Okay, we're going to do that again. We're going to cut it, right, and then I'll sew the next one in. So here's the next one sewn in here. It's sewn in vertically. Before I cut it, I make it horizontal across the bottom. It's always the one on the bottom. All right, and you just keep going until the 6 of these have been used up, and what you'll end up with is a block that looks like this. Okay, so you've got the block, and then you just join the blocks together. All right, and that's how easy it is to make the Funky Picnic. All right, next one. Next one's the 4 corners. Okay, so in the 4 corners one, we've got this lovely one. I've still got a few kits of this one left. They did go off yesterday a little bit, but I've still got a few coming. I still got a few of them. It's a great, lovely quilt. Hi, Julie. How are you this morning? We've got this lovely bright dots. Okay, they are being very popular on the website. You guys are snatching them up quick. All right. So what we're going to do with that one needs 2.5-inch strips. 40 prints and 20 plains. Now when you get the prints, you need 2 the same. So if you've got a roll where they're all different, it doesn't quite work unless you get 2 very similar. But it's best if you do it when you've got 2 exactly the same. And what we're going to do is take all the strips, and I'm going to cut these little pieces off the end. Okay, we're going to cut them off the end. Then what we're going to do is take the solid colour, and I'm going to put the 2 of the same down each side of that solid colour. So I've now used all of those. All right. Then what we're going to do is we're going to cut this into segments. So we're going to cut it. We'll get 4 of them out of it. We get 1 of these. Okay. And we'll get some of those from the little tail that's down here. I also have that one as a pattern to buy on its own. So with that one, with the patterns, they are all free postage no matter what. But if you buy over $50, the postage is free all through. So what we need to do then, we've now cut this one up. What we're going to do is we're going to take those 4 segments that are all the same. I'm going to find these little pieces I cut off that are the same colour and join them across the bottom. So these are now all used. All right, we get 4 of those that will look like this. Okay. And when you join 4 of them together to get 4 corners, we end up with a block. Oh, a bit high. Bring it down. We end up with a block that looks like that. And that's how easy it is to make the 4 corners. With these guys, these become a border all the way around. And you won't have anything put into your stash for that one. All right, so that's how we do 4 corners. Next one I'm going to show you is, what's on my pile? Okay, we're going to do the keyhole. Now, keyhole is this one here. Now, I've listed these on the website. There's 2 patterns that you can make from these keyhole and rectangle 4 patch, and I'm going to show you both of them because they're the same fabrics. It's just 2 different patterns to put them together. I'll hold this one up. This has got the cats on it. The pattern, the fabric now has cats and dogs, all right, in that same sort of colorway. So we're going to make this keyhole one. We're going to take the 1.5 inch strips, and we need 9 of them. Okay, so we'll take 9 1.5 inch strips, and I'm going to put a 2.5 inch strip down each side, like that. So we've used 18 of our 40 and 9 of the 40 of those. We're then going to cut them into segments. So we're going to cut them up into the segments. Okay, then we're going to take the other 22 2.5 inch strips, because we've only used 18, and I'm going to cut them all into little pieces. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them on the top and the bottom of this segment, which will give me my block. And that's all you do to make the keyhole, because the rest of the 1.5 inch ones you use as a sashing. Okay, so they'll go down through and you'll use it through there. You will get a pattern with the kit. It's just not one of the fancy dancy ones. I haven't got round to putting it on those yet. It is coming. All right, that's keyhole. Now, out of that same fabric, amount of fabric, so the 2.5 inch strips and 1.5 inch strips, we can do these guys. And this one I call rectangle 4 patch. So you've got this one here with the black and the white and the black. And you've got this one with the lovely. Now, guys, this one was very low. I did find some more fabric to make these, so I've got about another 5 kits for this one here with the treasure hunt and the blue. You can change the blue, but the treasure hunt and the little pastel dots. So I've got about another 5 that I can load up on the website. All right, let's have a look at this one. So what we're going to do with this one is we're going to take the 2.5 inch strips, and we're just going to marry up 2 different ones out of our roll. All right, just 2 different ones. We're then going to cut it into segments. So because I had 40 strips to start with, join 2 together, I end up with 20. I'm going to cut them all into segments. I'm going to end up with 20 piles of all different colour sequences. So you'll have 20 different piles. Take one from here, one from over there, and I'm going to join it together like a 4 patch. Okay? When you iron them, you're going to be ironing them to the darkish one if you want, or to one of them particular. When you get 2 different ones, these will be the same, but I'll show you. Because you've ironed them, what will happen is you will nest the seams together. So see how the ironing, try to get this heat, there we go. Right, so they go in opposite directions. They actually just sit, and you can use your thumb, and they will nest in, so you'll get that perfect little point in the middle. What we're going to do with the 1.5 inch strips is join them down the long edges of each of the blocks, and that's all it is, because then what you do is you turn one way and one the other way, and that's how you make rectangle 4 patch. And rectangle 4 patch is actually on the patterns. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do for this one. That's our 4. We're getting close to that 15 minutes, 15-20 minutes that I do. Any questions, pop them up. I'm looking at the screen now, so if you've got any questions or anything there. Don't forget, with my patterns, you can get them in a folder. I've got these on the website too. I've got 2 colours left. I think there's 1 red one. All right, so they're the nice folders made with the recycled inner tube ties. This one still has some printing on it, but they're recycled inner tube ties. Creativity is intelligence, having fun. You can get the folder on its own, or you can get it filled with 12 patterns. All right, so they actually have the folder in there. That does open. I just haven't been lazy. There we go. You can fill it up with the patterns, and it is discounted. Normally $245. You'll get it for $195 with 12 patterns. I have an extra 2 patterns that you can purchase on top, and free postage. Okay, don't forget, I have lots of different colorways in the different ones. So you've got lots of different colorways of fabrics. This is a pretty one that was in the Funky Picnic. The black and whites, I've put a touch of grey in it for something different. The lovely bright dots. This is a little fun flower one. We've got your country checks. Fern leaf, I've got in 10-inch squares, I think, left. This one's only in 10-inch squares as well. And same with the pastel dots. So there are others on the website. I have loaded up some others that are just one-offs and everything. Don't forget, all my fabric is 100% cotton. It is, I do import it myself, cut it, roll it, and look after it. The website is getting worked on every day, so bear with me because I do that in between everything and not sleeping. Working on the website, working on different patterns and everything as well. So thank you for sitting through this one. That was my 10 o'clock workshop with 2.5-inch strips. Got lots of trucks going past, so that's why the shadows come through, but that probably makes me look a little bit better anyway. The next one is at 11, so go and have a look at the website, see what's on there. At 11, you can actually, that one I'm doing 10-inch squares and 5-inch strips. Again, I've got a couple of different ones in there from what I did yesterday, so you can actually watch it and interact with me right here. Workshop Treasure Hunt Wednesday, I do that live at 8:30 at night on a Wednesday. We all become same time, I think, next week, so that'll be good. But Workshop Wednesday, I hope everyone's staying safe. It is fun being indoors because we can actually sew without getting in trouble for not doing, for sewing too much. Thanks to all the services and everybody helping out there, people in the shops, the checkout girls, everything. That's all right, Joanne, no worries, sweetie. Might see you at 11. And just, stay safe, and I will see you all back here at 11. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.